What began as a hidden minigame has now become one of Call of Duty's most popular features, with many fans getting their hands on the latest installment of the franchise just to dig into Zombies mode. Ever since Nacht, der Untoten in Call of Duty World at War, there have been a total of 23 original maps featured over a series of 5 games. Here are our top 10 zombie maps in Call of Duty. The final map in Advanced Warfare Descent not only ties the season's story arc together with a satisfying climax, but is just a ton of fun to play. Highlights include a challenging boss battle against a zombified John Malkovich and the opportunity to obliterate your enemies with the powerful blunderbuss. Jazzy in every sense of the word, Shadows of Evil is a visual treat from start to finish. Set in the fictional Morgue City, though clearly inspired by 1940s New Orleans, Shadows of Evil features the Gobblegum system, customizable weapons, and Jeff Goldblum doing Jeff Goldblum.
What is that? What on earth?
There's a lot to love about Treyarch's first Zombies experience for the new consoles. Any game that lets you play as John F. Kennedy, Fidel Castro, and Richard Nixon deserves appreciation, but 5 is much more than the initial gimmick of playing as famous world leaders. The elevator traversal system is crazy tense, and the Pentagon Thief is a welcome addition as the foe brings a new level of challenge in his repeated attempts to steal your weapons. From the moment the opening cutscene begins, you can immediately tell that Treyarch perfectly captured the atmosphere of the noir gangster genre with Mob of the Dead.
That's how we ended up here.
From the return of the Tommy gun to the hidden Johnny Cash song, Alcatraz is a perfect fit for the dark comedy that often pervades the Zombies universe. Ascension earns its place on this list as a map that isn't afraid to try new things. Space monkeys, black hole grenades, explosive dolphin dives, and an awesome getaway vehicle in the form of a lunar lander. There's something for everyone in this abandoned Soviet cosmodrome. The entirety of Black Ops is littered with famous acting talent, but Treyarch took this one step further with Call of the Dead, which stars horror movie veterans like Danny Trejo and Robert Englund. Not only this, but the father of zombie movies himself, George A. Romero, is featured as an imposing undead boss who charges at players wielding a giant stage light. Kino has fallen under criticism in the past for being too easy, but the sense of empowerment offered to players represents a large part of its appeal. The circular geometry of the map makes it easy to round up huge trains of zombies at once, and if you're lucky enough to have picked up the Thunder Gun, blow them all sky high to hilarious effect. This is where it all began, hidden away as a surprise minigame that unlocked once players completed World at War's main campaign. Nacht, der Untoten is Zombies in its purest form. The bare-bones mechanics and complete lack of a story made this first installment a chilling and tense experience, but even this tiny map was enough to leave fans aching for more. Presented as the climax to the classic Zombies story arc, Origins is a grand and operatic finale to Black Ops 2's slate of Zombies maps. The new elemental staffs add a fresh dimension to the combat, and the giant robots that lumber across the landscape force players to keep an eye on the sky to avoid being squashed in their path. There is a reason why Treyarch has remastered Der Riese twice since its original debut in World at War. Der Riese set the bar for what we now expect from a great Zombies map. Smart level design, upgradable weapons, cryptic storytelling, and unique puzzle-solving mechanics. While the maps that came before Der Riese had already brought some of these features to the table, never had the ingredients come together so perfectly to form the quintessential Zombies experience. For all things Call of Duty, keep it right here on IGN.